Yep. And here comes all of the loyalties and GG's. Feels good. Feels good, man. Thank you guys so much for clicking on my video today. In today's video, we're going to actually walk through and discover whether or not my addiction to planeswalkers is unhealthy at this point. What I mean by that is we've been putting out a lot of videos lately, guys, where I've been running a ton of planeswalkers. I just can't get enough of them at the moment, and I know that the War of the Spark is going to be cycling out here pretty soon, so there's some things that I wanted to really try and get put into video form before they rotate out, and one of those being Nicol Bolas. I really love this card, and I want to continue playing with this card as much as possible before it goes. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down it's basically a Dimir deck, but it is Grixis because we have Nicol Bolas in it. But we are going to break down this deck for you guys, talk about it, and then we're going to show you some gameplay footage, and then after that we'll wrap it up with some final thoughts. Before we jump into that though, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so, because we do post videos every single Monday, and sometimes we give a bonus video throughout the week, Wednesday, Friday-ish, so be sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. Also, we're live on Twitch. If you guys want to click the link in the description below, there's a link that'll lead you over to my Twitch channel. We're live every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, not specific time, and I'd love to see you guys over there. If you guys want to hang out, talk, chat, we can play some Magic together. I'd really appreciate it. So let's jump right on in. All right, so without further ado, our first card up here is Opt. We only run 2 Opts, and that's because we have a ton of search engines in the deck. Typically, if you're running Opt, you'd really want to run 4 of these. But this deck actually has tons of ways to search and basically search through your deck for key pieces you need. So Opt is really just a card that if you have any opening hand, great. If you don't and you're struggling to find search engine, it's a good card to just keep cycling through your deck and looking for the pieces that you need. But we really don't need 4 of them because we have 4 Narsets and 4 Teferis, which help you consistently dig through your deck to find the things that you need. So 2 Ops is good. And then we have some control cards here. These control cards will help us get us to where we need to get to, which is ultimately the goal of this deck is to ultimate the Bolas, which is really not a hard thing to do. You'll see with the gameplay footage as well. It's very simple to do. We ultimate Nicol Bolas and we win the game. It's very simple. So to get there, we're going to need a couple cards to make sure that we don't get killed by aggro. So Eliminate is one of those cards. It's fantastic because we have a lot of mono red in the meta right now for best of 1. There's also a lot of mono green, so Eliminate's a really good early card to get. It is kind of a dead card with mono green later down the road with like questing beasts, things like that. So we have other ways to deal with that, but to get to the later game, Eliminate's going to be a really good card to do that. So we run 3 of those, and then 3 Tyrant Scorn, basically another copy of Eliminate with that added effect of like, okay, the creature's too big and we don't have anything that can get rid of it at the moment. What can we do? Well, we can return it back to our owner, the owner's hand, and slow them down in order for us to continue setting up what we need to set up. So those 2 cards are our spot removal, and then we run 4 Thought Erasures. Now, Thought Erasure is obviously going to be in almost every Dimir control deck because we could play this early and take out a very big key piece to our opponent's deck. If you have multiple of these, you can kind of take out cards that are in their what's the word I'm looking for here? Their curve. So like if they're on turn 2, you take out their turn 3 big play, then you take out their turn 4 big play, and you really slow them down. And at the same time, we're surveilling, which is really nice. So you can find those lands that you need, or if you need to find a planeswalker, it helps you dig through and find those. And then we only have 2 Elderspells here. We actually ran a Dimir deck recently, and it had 3 or 4 of these in there, but 2 Elderspells. This will do the trick. This is kind of going to be our finishing move here. We take the Elderspell and we actually use it on our own planeswalkers, giving double loyalties to Nicol Bolas and ultimating him. So Very, very cool card. Really fun way to end the game. That's why I wanted to make another version of this deck to show you guys something really cool with that. It's also really cheap way if your opponent's running planeswalkers that you could just destroy every planeswalker on their side of the field, which is really fun to do when you get into those types of matchups. And it's really unfair, honestly. The card is super overpowered if your opponent is running planeswalkers. And then, like I said before, we have 4 Narsets, and then we have 2 Spark Doubles. I really wanted to try this card out, so we threw 2 of these in the deck. It's actually really cool, especially if you can get it Spark Double to a Nicol Bolas. You could have 2 Nicol Bolases on the field at one time, so every single turn you're drawing 2 cards and either eliminating a permanent on your opponent's field or making them discard a card. And once that happens, it's honestly almost impossible to come back from. So Spark Double is actually insane, and I really love this card. I wish I would have played more of this card previous to now. We might even make more copies of this, so we'll see. But very cool card. Up next, we have Teferi, Master of Time. 4 of these. Again, what we're doing, guys, is we're just constantly digging and looking for the pieces that we need, whether it be removal, whether it be a planeswalker to set up the next play. So we need a lot of the cards to be cycled constantly, so we're making sure we hit our pieces on time. So 4 Teferi, Master of Times, very good. Up next, we have Extinction Event. This is for obviously aggro matchups, mono red, mono green, things like that. Things that are gonna be the hardest to defeat with this deck are going to be aggro decks. So 4 Extinction Events is a must. I honestly, if you guys want, you could change this out for Ritual of Soot, because I haven't ran into too many opponents that are running, you know, big creatures. Ritual of Soot honestly is a turn faster, and it might actually make a little bit more sense in the current meta right now. Something to think about, but we could talk about that at the end. And then here are our big plays at the end that kind of win us the game here. 2 Ashioks, 2 Lilianas. These 2 are going to fill the board with blockers. They're going to do a lot of different fun things with removal. You can kill creatures, you can bounce things, you can make them discard cards if you need to slow the game down. So they're very flexible, and they're really fun to play. Again, though, we're always trying to set up this Nicol Bolas. We were running 3 of. I ran 4 of, but I actually think it's better if we just run 3 of these, because you don't really need 4. You don't really want to draw more than 1 at a time, and with as much cycling as we have, we're going to ultimately find a Nicol Bolas when we need it. So with Nicol Bolas, you're just going to want to plus this. Typically, though, if you can wait until, like, you know, later game, like turn 7, 8 or whatever, and we play a Nicol Bolas, we should have a couple of these planeswalkers already laid down on the field, and all we got to do is play the Nicol Bolas. If it resolves, we drop an Elderspell and you win the game. It's that simple, guys. It's very cool combo, and I really enjoyed playing it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. We actually went on a 7-game win streak with this deck before I hit my first loss. So I know it's powerful. I know it can do really well on the best of 1 scene. I hope you guys, you know, take this and do well with it yourselves. I'd love to hear your comments below how you do with it. I'm excited, guys. This one's a personal favorite of mine that I've done, and again, just really fun deck to play. So for lands, we have 2 Castle Vantress, 2 Castle Locthwain, 2 of each, you know, land that you need. And then for the most part, we run 4 temples, 4 Watery Graves, and then 4 beacons that are really going to help you survive during those long aggro matchups, and 3 Fabled Passages to get us there. So with this setup, though, we haven't had any problems running our Nicol Bolas. Really, all we need is to do is find that red source. It's super easy to do, though. If you have a beacon down or a Fabled Passage or a mountain, which we have, you know, tons of options to hit, you should be good to go. So that's the deck. Again, hope you guys enjoy this one. We're going to get into some gameplay footage now, and I think we got like 5 games for you, and then at the end we'll come together and we'll break it down again and maybe talk about some cards that we might change in the deck. And if you guys are interested, here is a sideboard. You guys can go ahead and maybe pause and screenshot this, but it's a sideboard for best of 3 if you want, but this deck plays really well in best of 1, so you shouldn't need that if that's what you want to do. But if you do want to play best of 3, this is a pretty cool sideboard that I found to work out pretty well with. So that's it. Let's jump into the gameplay, and we'll see you guys at the end. See ya. All right, guys, time to revisit another favorite one of mine. I'm really excited about this one. This one's going to be a blast. I really feel like this could be pretty strong. That's a pretty suspect hand though. That's better. One of these can go. Yeah, that was a pretty suspect opening hand there. All right, let's temple and see what we get. Another grave, probably not. Probably pretty good on lands right now. We playing mono green? I don't know if we are. Paradise Druid, typically you don't see a mono green. Another temple for Scry isn't terrible, but we have Teferi, Master of Time, so it's not like we need that. We could just kind of keep cycling through cards. Paradise Druid, what are we gonna do with that? We're ramping up to something here. Stone Coil, okay. All right, eliminate it helps with that. That's not a problem. How do we want to do this? Do we want to go into the hand first and take that 3? Nah, I think I want to eliminate. I don't really want to take that 3 damage. That's perfect because they're going to give that to the Stone Coil too, so. There's a big waste of mana this turn. Sweet, and they don't even swing in with the Druid, so there you go. That worked out. Worked out quite nicely, if I'd say so. Interplanar Beacon for some health. Gotta love that. Probably drop one of these lands here. Get a new card. What do we got? Another land. Feeling good right now. This is actually a really strong start. Opponent took a little while to do anything though. So it's not like, you know, we're outplaying them, but that eliminate was pretty clutch, but got him to waste quite a bit of mana on that turn. Opponent keeps highlighting my Teferi. I don't like that. Teferi could phase the Druid out too if he wants to. If our opponent wants to place this Shadow Spear onto the Druid and swing in, the moment it taps, I can actually phase it out. So, don't know if they want to do that. Yeah, we'll drop that. No big deal. Let's see what they got in their hand. What are we sitting on here? Instant speed? Like ram through or something like that? Alright, well the sound effect happened, but my game froze maybe? There we go. Oh, yep. They scooped it up. They probably thought I was like roping them right there, really trying to take my time, but I think my game just froze. Unfortunate, but either way, we were probably taking the Gem Razor and it was probably going to be a wrap from there, so GG's. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, okay, that's a pretty strong starting hand, I'd say. Got a Temple for some Scry and right into a Thought Erasure. That's always good. Already have a castle, so gonna bin that. Opponent plays Triome. Shock this bad boy in. Hit him with one of these. Ooh, interesting. Oh, probably the Genesis, because with all these cultivates and Uros, this Genesis is going to take no time at all. This is an elementals deck for show. Yeah, that's tough. Probably don't need that. They're going to have some big boys coming out to play. I don't think they're going to have any little creatures. I don't know, maybe. I mean, they could have like Risen Reefs and stuff. That might have been a bad throwaway. We'll see. Gonna scry again. Ooh, Bolas. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got the mana for it, too. There's the Uro. Gonna drop 2 cultivates on our butt next turn, too. A Grazer. We could kill it for no reason, but I don't want to. That'd be really silly. Opponent hasn't really done anything yet, so we're happy about that, but something big is coming. What really stinks is if they pull a Hydroid Grixis or something to give them like crazy card advantage, then our Bolas isn't going to be that great, because I do plan on making our opponent discard quite a bit with that and Spark Double here. Please don't have a Mystical Dispute in that one card. Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Make the multiverse in my image.
My image, baby. They're probably gonna throw away. Oh, okay, the land. That makes sense, I guess.
Slaughtered you eons ago.
Oh no, they're highlighting my Bolas. Get off. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. Oh no, what is this? No. You gotta be kidding me, bro. Now they're gonna minus here. -5. Alright, well, you get one of these now. And let's see what you're working with in the hand, which is a lot. Now. Oh man. Choose 4. You may cast. What? Playwide Celebration. I've never even seen anyone play this before. Yeah, I guess we take that, huh? Spin that. Pass the turn. That's gonna be a problem too. It's gonna be a big problem, actually. Man, they're really thinning their deck out. They're only gonna have beast cards to draw in a minute. They're gonna start top decking crazy good cards. Opponent's on a huge value train right now. Alright, well, let's just play a Murderous Rider and hope we can get some damage in. Doubtful, but maybe we can get him to waste a Storm Wrath for no reason. That'd be cool. Really sucks that they get instant value out of that. We are odd though, so Extinction Event does hit that, which is nice. I try to put a stop on that, see if I could actually like kill it before. No blocks. Like I said, Extinction Event hits that, leaves my Murderous Rider alone, so might be something to look into for me. Here comes another Uro. Lit. I should have blocked it. Please give me a Planeswalker. Preferably Liliana. Yeah, Liliana would be the best one here. But then it would get Storm Wrath the following turn. At this point though, it is what it is. Man, opponent is just got every land in their deck on the field. That ain't gonna help me. Let's gain some health. All right, we got some health. We eat that to extinction. How many cards in here? 3? They can't play their other Uro, so let's go and drop this bad boy right now. Surprisingly, they don't have a whole ton of cards in their graveyard. Opponent main phased a Growth Sparrow there, so that's pretty interesting. Another Ugin. At least we have Elderspell. That's good. This is an easy +2 for them. Why in the world would they do that? They could have +2 to deal 3 damage to it. That was pretty weird. I mean, I'll take it. That was pretty weird. Alright, we can scry 2 here, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can scry 2. Gotta find a planeswalker so we can spark double something. But again, if we can't survive the Storm's Wrath, they're just gonna Storm's Wrath. What is going on? Did they, what? Oh, they're trying to get enough cards for Uro? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense what they just did right there. That was weird. Okay, very strange. Alright, we're happy with that, I guess. Maybe they thought it did 4 damage to the opponent? Who knows? Let's just scry now so we don't have to keep pressing the button. Planeswalker, come on. There's so many in the deck. Give me one. No! Come on. I won't be able to scry, will I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I won't be able to scry, but I have to play this, so it is what it is. Opponent's on 27 cards still. Again, all probably gas cards. Please give me something to play with. I'm begging you, game. I'm begging you. Opponent's gonna pass turn again. Sweet. Yes, finally something. And we can copy it. Yes, get rid of that Storm's Wrath. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's go, champ. Let's go. Now we're gonna start eating their lands one at a time. There goes a land. I don't think they realize that it actually kills their lands. There goes one. There goes two. Could play this and eat another one, just because. Nah, that would be a lame. That would be a lame play. There we go. That's a card. That's a card. This is what I was trying to do this whole time. This whole time, this is all I was trying to do, you know? Oh, feels bad, man. There goes another land. There goes another land. Here comes a creature. Here comes some life gain, my boy. Another creature. Swing in. We'll play Teferi just because. And our turn, and say go. Guys, this right here is a pretty disgusting board. Should have +1 on Teferi there. That was rough. There it is. There's our ending, our game winner. We have the game winner in hand, ladies and gentlemen. Elderspell. Going to Elderspell everything. Oh, of course they draw Nissa of all the things they could have drawn. Nissa was the one card that makes it to where they don't lose the game. But we're fine. We'll kill it first. Then we'll Nissa. Or then we'll Elderspell. Ultimating the Nicol Bolas. It won't actually end a game because Nissa. So we have to kill that first. So who can do it? You can do it. Destroy you. Do this. Yep. 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 And here comes all of the loyalties. And GG's. Feels good. Feels good, man. All right. Next victim. What do we got here? Man, this deck's flowing really nicely. I feel like it's feels really good. I hope it stays that way. Obviously, it can fall apart pretty quickly, and I'm really enjoying the way it's flowing. But it could change pretty fast and start losing me games and frustrating me. So I hope we can keep winning and continuing this run. We have a pretty good curve on our planeswalkers here. And our opponent's playing Gates? Oh wow, they're playing Gates, okay. Drop this. Narset in. Thought Erasure actually might be pretty solid here. Want to hit big stuff. Extinction Event's pretty strong. They're gonna drop some wonky big guild gate creatures. Like a ram. That guild gate ram. And then they do some weird like artifact or enchantments on the field that allow them to draw a bunch of cards. So we got to be ready for all that. We'll drop this. Actually, let's just do this first real quick. Opt, that's fine. Let's go for a red source. I don't think I want to play Teferi this turn. I want to get into that hand and see what we're dealing with here. Hydroid Grixis, that's a problem. That's odd. That's... Ooh, what is this considered? We'll see. This is card draw. Really want to get rid of that Grixis though. That Grixis is going to be an issue. End our turn. Actually, do I care about the beacon? I have two pretty good lands in hand. Tough to say. Okay, so its original cost is 8. So that's an even, that's an odd. That's not good. That's what that comes down to. Not good. Gonna leave the beacon. We need some more like removal spells. Okay, it is a removal spell. How do I want to remove though? Do we want to do it with Nicol Bolas? I don't want to lose Nicol Bolas though, because that's kind of our big win, you know? Fabled Passage, no good here. Taking 8 doesn't feel great. It never really feels great to take 8, you know? Oh, going for a Narset. I appreciate that. Actually, that makes sense though. They do need to draw some cards, so that's a pretty smart play. I will be sending that back though for them to discard cards. Never mind. I didn't realize they got so much value right away. That's pretty tough. This can be chump blocked, so this could be a pretty good play here. Because it can be chump blocked like crazy. gonna be tricky, man. They just got an entire full hand. Ugh, it's gonna be tricky. Why wasn't this blockable? Spell cost gate can't be blocked for creature power 2 or less. Oh, read the card, Matthew. Read the card. Feels bad, man. Tap it around. Draw card. Okay, yeah, that's pretty annoying. Maybe this is just a way to. Let's just kill it. I feel like it's a waste of mana, but it's not really. It's really not. What do we got? That's fine. What's not fine is you again. Don't really need you. All right. I like it. I like where we're at. I think we're in a bad spot for sure, but I like where we're at. I think it's doable. It's definitely doable. I think it's time. I think it's time you come out to play Nicol Bolas. Hopefully it can survive. Nothing typically has haste in their deck, so I'm hoping Nicol Bolas can survive and start getting us some card advantage here. Really, really hoping. We'll see. This doesn't target planeswalkers. I double checked that. The only thing they really could have to kill, yeah, would be like big creatures, but I'm okay with that. Teferi can phase out certain things, so Grixis will be phased out. Let's draw a card first. Thought Erasure isn't bad here. Teferi's phase out ability is really good, really. Ooh, let me see how many lands I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be okay. Yeah, we can't play Liliana yet, unfortunately. That would have been great. Ultimatum. That is pretty bad. Can't have you playing that one. You can get out of here. All right, gonna phase out Hydroid Grixis here. Yep, draw a card. That's fine. Can't really do anything about that summit right now. Kind of a pain in the neck. This will be able to kill both of these. So depending on who the Grixis actually targets, I might let it go through. Hopefully they target the Teferi. They do. Okay, I'm gonna let this actually go through. And the reason being is because I want Liliana to be able to kill it. And if I phase it out, Liliana won't be able to kill it. There we go. Eliminate. That's pretty good against another Grixis. Narset's going to be our key to victory here, though. That's for sure. Next turn, drop a Narset. They can't draw cards anymore. And then we could start taking up the lead. Opponent's on 67 health. That's unreal. All right. Now we're in really good position to win this game.
Good help is easy to find in war.
No more cards for our opponent. How dare us? Here's where things get fun. Here's where things start to get real fun.
Just the trick for this.
About to have 5 planeswalkers on the board. You guys know how this goes. Yep, there it is. No more cards for you. Oh no. No. Unreal. Unreal. That's tough. That's really tough. I can't believe they drew another ultimatum. Crazy. Alright, well, now we're looking to ultimate. Oh, man, we could have ultimated just literally this turn, we would have won. They had the ultimatum though. Super unfortunate. Oh my god. That's crazy.
Looks like I'm out of time.
That's crazy. We only need one Elderspell, so we can dip that. Beautiful. Can't draw cards anymore. Alright, we're still okay. As crazy as this game has been, we're still okay. Now if we could just draw our last Spark Double, that'd be great, because then we can get 2 Nicol Bolases, start emptying our opponent's hand completely. Opponent can't do much anything right now, so feels good, man. Gotta be careful we don't mill ourselves out. We'll probably stop plussing our Teferi so we can stop milling ourselves. Looking for a Spark Double here. We'll take it, but looking for a Spark Double would be ideal. Let's just end our turn. Elderspell. Elderspell is going to be strong here. That's 4 loyalty. Yeah, we can win the game here. All right, I think we just won the game. That's it. GG's. Another Nicol Bolas finishing move for the win. Opponent had 70 health and we crushed him. We crushed him. Grixis new top tier deck? What? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I really didn't think this deck would perform as well as it has been. It's just kind of something I kept tinkering with and I wanted to really go back to because the Dimir deck felt so good. And I just love Nicol Bolas and I just want to get the most out of him before he rotates. But man, it's been working out pretty great. We're probably gonna grab red here, believe it or not. We have double blue source, so we'll grab a red here. Just in case we run into Nicol Bolas, we want to make sure we'll be able to play it. Opponent's on some sort of mono blue. Anytime I see mono blue, I just cringe. Counter decks just drive me crazy, especially when I'm playing control. It's like they're so hard to beat. Sometimes it feels impossible to beat them. I do think Narset's going to be pretty strong here, them not being able to draw cards. Ooh, okay, so it's Simicky. Okay, so yeah, Narset's going to be super big here. Clutch. See what they got in hand here. Let's visit our opponent's hand real quick and see what's up. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm gonna take that. They're struggling to hit land, so Uro was their best shot. I mean, they have a druid to give them a little bit more land, but okay. Now, how do I want to handle this? This is so tricky. I want to keep them off their card draw. That octopus is going to be a nightmare to deal with. So I think what I'm going to do... Oh, we can't even play Murderous Rider, can we? I'm gonna play this Narset. I wanted to keep my Murderous Rider available. Come on, we can't be missing. I wanted it available and open for its instant speed removal so we could stop the Octopus, because the Octopus is going to get them to card draw, which is really their only hope for anything. Yeah, they're going to flash it in right now and hit. Oh, they didn't. Our opponent's on some weird strategy here. I'm just gonna end turn and do what I was just saying. Is that smart though? Is that a good play? This is actually probably a better play. Set them back a turn. Narset's still out here, so they can't draw cards. They really want to deal with it. So they didn't flash in. I don't know why they wouldn't flash that in, though, to get it down to 1 at least. But I'm going to keep Narset at 2. Don't really need anything at the moment. And we're going to start hitting their hand next turn, hopefully. They're going to scry 2, hopefully to hit a land, I'm guessing. Looking for green mana. Okay, they hit mana, just not green. All right, that's gotta go. I'm just gonna Extinction Event that. Yeah, I know that seems like a weird play, and it probably is a weird play, but that Sterix, every time it multiplies, man, it gets wonky, and I don't know, man. I just don't know if I want it on the field. That card out of all the cards really scares me. It can start accelerating my opponent's got a really strong hand, man. Simic Mutate has got a lot of weapons. I think I want to play the Bolas. Yeah, I want to play the Bolas here. Gonna actually destroy that. And then hopefully it survives one more turn and then we could spark double it. Oh man, I wanted to get into some really crazy stuff. I was gonna spark double the Nicol Bolas, and it was gonna get really fun. That was interesting. I definitely don't think I played that perfectly, guys. I do think that there was probably better removal ideas than just throwing that Extinction Event down. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, but I feel like I played that okay. All right, one last game. Let's go. One last game. How do we want to do this? Let's go with keeping this hand. I would like a Thought Erasure in the opening hand, but it doesn't ever really seem to happen too often. Nah, we're good. Don't need that. We have some bacon. We have some bacon for our Bolas. There's our Bolas. Everybody's playing Simic, huh? Man, I just don't want to. This right here, though, is the Simic killer. Sure. Probably should have grabbed that other Narset. Like I said, this is a Simic killer. They were probably sitting on a growth spiral. Actually, they could have played it though on my turn. I don't know. A Boreal Grazer. Probably go for black mana here. And let's start cycling through some cards. Perfect. Spot removal is not. Yeah, that could kill Uros and Grixis. I know, but I do like Extinction because it hits more things. I'm gonna do that. Oh, unbelievable. How did we miss? Wait, I can't get a spark double? Oh, a spark double like a creature. Right. I thought that could grab a spark double. That's weird. I gotta check and see. I think spark double might be a creature then. I thought it was a sorcery of some sort. Alright, well we might have to phase that out because again, I do think that the card draw advantage in our opponent's deck is key for their victory. So, but then we won't be able to kill it on unless it's instant speed the following turn, which I just threw away. Hopefully they just target Teferi. Sweet. That's actually a huge misplay on their part, I think. You know I hate throwing away a Bolas, but it is what it is. Before even, let's just get rid of it now. Let's get rid of that opt. Keep hitting our land drops. I think that's kind of important just to keep our lands growing every turn because our opponent's going to be on some crazy land game. They're going to mutate. How do we run into two Simic mutate decks back to back? That's kind of weird. I haven't seen one in a long time. We hit one back to back. That's not good. It only mutated once though. Yeah, let it resolve. One card isn't too bad. Kind of annoying, but not too bad. Oh, and unreal. Unreal. That's okay. We have a Liliana. That's crazy though. That's actually crazy. That could have been a disaster. That could have been a disaster. Oh man, it hits freaking Apex of Wishes. Crazy. We don't need any more land now, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that Fabled Passage. Let's gain some life here. We could Thought Erasure here. This can be good. That'd be pretty good. Opponent scries 2. See if they keep any on top. 2 to the bottom. We like to see that. All right, sweet.
The immortal Nicol Bolas will be your end.
We might actually Teferi ultimate this game if we find an Elderspell. That'd be kind of cool. Actually, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, actually, might as well just go for the Bolas. Bolas is an insta win, so. Bolas is insta win, baby. Oh, we almost forgot the Thought Erasure here. Yeah, their last card in their hand. They were probably really banking on that, whatever it was, to get them back into this, but that's unfortunate. All right, well, we had a killer round of games. This deck is an absolute monster. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's break this sucker down. We'll see ya. All right, guys, that's the deck, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching this video. If you made it this far, I can't thank you enough for your support. You guys are truly the best to make it this far into the video. It's actually pretty incredible if you did. So thank you, and if you've gone this far and you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so. It would really help out the channel a lot. I'd really appreciate it. And let's go ahead and talk about the deck a little bit more and what we thought about it. So like I said, the video shows 4 or 5 games where we won. I continued playing this on the stream later that day, and we actually took it to 7-0 before we hit our first loss. So very, very strong deck. There are a few pieces again that I would change. Extinction Event, I think I'm going to go ahead and substitute that out for 4 Ritual of Soots. And I do want to try to add another Spark Double to the deck. And so with that, I'd have to cut something. And if I cut anything, I think I would like to cut Eliminate just by 1. Or maybe even taking Eliminate out altogether for Heartless Act, just so there's more variety of removal spells, so we're not constantly stuck if, like, say there is a questing beast on the field we can't deal with, something like that. So Let me know what you guys think, though. I'd really love to hear from you on maybe some changes you would make to the deck that make this a little bit more fun or playable or even better. So please feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. And then again, thank you so much for watching this far, and we will see you guys on the next week's video. Peace.